Hey you guys, before I got into the video, I just wanted to talk briefly about my new ebook, Zodiac Signs Sex Language. Whether you're looking to improve your sex life and your dating life, or if you're just looking to expand your knowledge about astrology, this is definitely the right book for you. This book is meant to help you improve your sex life, your dating life, and your love life, your relationships, and to spice it up in the bedroom if need be, or to just once again, help you learn more about astrology. So if you're interested in any of these things, if you're interested in learning about the different love languages and the different sex languages of the zodiac signs, definitely look into getting this book, Zodiac Signs Sex Language, written by me, edited by me, and designed by me, Lamarr Townsend. So you can purchase this ebook on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, or you can purchase it on Amazon, on the Amazon Kindle ebook store, alright? Or just amazon.com. Alright, into the video we go. Thank you for listening and watching. The 3 stages of Libra: the scales, justice, and Aphrodite. So, the first stage of Libra, the scales, is very susceptible to outside influences. Libra at the scale level is very prone to being influenced by others, whether it is through family social conditioning, peer pressure, things like that. Libra at this stage just wants to belong. Alright, Libra at this stage just wants to have a sense of community in their life, have a sense of feeling like they have people that they can count on, people that can understand them and love them, even when maybe they don't understand or love themselves. But Libra doesn't understand yet that that is often a trap when we seek relationships for the purpose of love or acceptance or validation, when we don't have that within ourselves. That sets us up for that. Sorry, that was a tongue twister. Sets us up for disaster. All right, and Libra has to go through many obstacles, many interpersonal relationships, or personal relationships that are disappointing, that are painful, to wake up and realize that. Now, Libra at this stage only knows what it learned, all right, through, its social conditioning, through the family, school, its peers, and things like that. So, Libra at this stage is kind of just relying on their instincts that they've learned from birth up until this point, from birth up until the point where they reach the scale point where they realize, oh, I'm actually controlling the scales. See, and so until Libra learns that they are actually the ones that controls their own scales, that they realize their own strength and their own power. Now, like I was saying, at this stage, the scale stage, it's mostly outside influences, aka other people controlling Libra scales, aka manipulating Libra emotionally, psychologically, what so have you, for their own benefit and for their own gain. Now, this can also be through your parents. Let's keep it real. Parents do emotionally manipulate and psychologically manipulate their children, for the benefit of them as well. What's a good example? Saying the boogeyman is downstairs at night when you don't want them to go downstairs to go get some cookies, right? Like, that's like such a, kind of a Libra type of, like, maneuvering the scales type of thing. And then they grow up thinking, the boogeyman, they grow up being scared of the boogeyman, right? Like, it's not until they realize that, like, oh, the boogeyman isn't real and my mom was controlling the scales the whole time for her own benefit, to keep me in check, maybe to not make me, like, get fat eating cookies late at night, or, stay up late, until the wee hours of the morning, because she wanted sleep. But, nonetheless, she manipulated me for her benefit, and that's not cool. And then, Libra, you start realizing, well, who else has manipulated me for their benefit? It can be so subtle, Libra. Because at this stage, like I was saying, you're susceptible to those types of things. People, dangling things in front of you, dangling carrots, prizes in front of you to get you to do certain things, you know, or to get you to, you know, be accepted into some type of community, you know. So a Libra at this stage can also be dangerous, because they can almost, not all, but a lot of them can be willing to do things that go against their moral code for acceptance, you know, things that go against their moral code to feel like they belong, to have some sense of security in oneself. Does that make sense? So a Libra can, at this stage, do things that, looking back, once they kind of advance to the other stages, they're like, who was that person? All right. Now, it takes the Libra a few, you know, situations, a few karmic, probably, situations, you know, karmic lessons, until they learn what they need to learn, which is, you know, you are the one that controls your own scales. You have the power to balance your scales as well, all right? Because at the same time, while people outside of, you know, Libra balance, you know, or, you know, control the scales, Libra seeks at the scale stage, seeks outside of themselves to balance their scales. So a Libra will seek outside of themselves, you know, in terms of, you know, their family, and, or, you know, their family dynamic, or their friendship dynamic, you know, or their friend group, you know, to give them validation, to, you know, give them whatever it is they need that they feel they can't get within themselves. Now, the thing about that is that, once again, you open yourself up to negative outside influences. You open yourself up to being wounded, to being hurt, when you kind of give your power over to people like that. So it's not until Libra realizes that, you know, they have the power within themselves, that, you know, they advance to the next stage, which is the Justice stage, or the Lady Justice stage. But for, you know, gender non-conforming purposes, we're just going to say Justice, okay? So, by the way, I'm a Libra moon, so at this stage, the Justice stage, Libra has learned right from wrong, what's fair and what's not right, or what's fair and what's not fair. They've learned equality. They've learned, you know, that it's not cool to be emotionally manipulated, and it's also not cool to emotionally manipulate other people, because you do what you learn, right? So at the scale stage, Libras can also be prone to emotionally manipulating other people as well, and psychologically manipulating other people as well. I've done a video on that, actually. Check out Libra and their psychological mind games, I think. It's not until the Libra advances to a Justice stage that they realize, hey, that whole thing kept me in a karmic cycle of negativity, where, you know, got me the same results over and over, but the results left me wounded, the results left me unhappy, you know. So Libra at this stage, the Justice stage, starts to, you know, make some, you know, changes. They really realize the importance of karma, and the importance of good karma, all right, and approaching situations from that kind of mental standpoint, where it's like, you know, well, do I want to egg this on? Do I want to, you know, keep this fight going, or do I want to create good karma for myself and do what's right, do what's fair, be the bigger person? That's the Justice, right? I mean, think of it, the legal system, right? The legal system doesn't care about, you know, emotions. The legal system doesn't care about how long you've known this person, and, you know, the dynamics that you guys have, and, you know, how the legal system doesn't care. The legal system cares about what's right, what's fair, abiding by the law. And at this stage, Libra understands that process. Now, you know, you can call it the legal process of life, I guess, you know, or the laws of life. But, you know, at this stage, Libra understands the laws of life. It is within oneself that, you know, one finds validation. It is within oneself that one finds balance. It is within oneself that one finds love. All right, so this is the stage where Libra really starts to foster self-love. They really start doing things that they love without worry, without fear of being criticized, without, you know, worries of judgments of other people. So at this stage, you know, Libra starts to act a little bit different, you know, starts to act a little bit cooler, calm, more peaceful and collective. This is where those kind of traits of Libra start to come out, you know. They become more confident, you know, and they just start following their heart, which is going to frustrate certain people around them, especially people who utilize their scales, and especially Libra's inability to balance their own scales, or their inability to see their strength and power to be able to balance their own scales to their benefit. They can't do that anymore. They can't control Libra. They can't emotionally manipulate Libra, or psychologically manipulate Libra anymore, all right, at this point, which is so frustrating. But this is a defining moment in Libra's life, because this is the point where Libra takes control over their own life. Libra takes control over their own karma, over their own destiny. All right. So the justice phase is in a very important phase in Libra's life that will probably last the longest out of all the phases. Meaning, you know, the justice phase, you know, is a phase where Libra, first of all, you know, has to untangle a lot of the karma that it accrued through the situations that it allowed, or they allowed themselves to be in. You know, Libra then has to create new karma for themselves. You know, they have to, you know, learn, you know, about karmic imbalances, and, you know, there's just a lot of kind of things that Libra, just like the law, you know, the legal system has a lot of intricacies. You know, there are a lot of intricacies at this stage that Libra needs to learn at the justice stage about the laws of life. You know, now I could talk in a whole separate video about the laws of life, you know, but, you know, just know that the laws of life are intricate, right? One being karma is very intricate, you know, but one thing that's not intricate, one thing that's quite black and white, especially with Libras, is right and wrong. And it's at this stage that Libra is very, you know, sure of what is right and what is wrong. All right, and at this stage, Libra is willing to stand up for what is right and what's wrong. Whereas maybe in the scale stage, they maybe knew what was right, but they, you know, didn't stand up for it, or they knew it was wrong, but they did it anyway, right? So then we get to the Aphrodite stage, where we're done with this whole karma thing. We're at a higher vibration at this point, all right? We understand that love is the answer to everything. Love is the highest vibration of the land, all right? Love in everything that you do, all right? Love in your relationships. Love, most importantly, of self, because love of self translates all. So it's at this stage that Libra has a deep sense of self-love, love of self, all right? It's at this stage that Libra really starts to really take care of themselves, all right? Really starts to put a lot of emphasis. I mean, they've been doing it since they were young. I mean, Libra is the sign of vanity and beauty, right? I mean, Venus is the sign of vanity and beauty. Aphrodite is the sign of vanity and beauty. But, you know, Libra, at this stage, the Aphrodite stage, really, you know, it's like they look in the mirror at this stage and they see a gem, they see a jewel, they see a diamond that needs to be treasured, that needs to be pampered, that needs to be, you know, well taken care of, even if it's themselves, you know, taking care of themselves. You know, that is in itself is a very empowering thing for Libra. You know, now of course at this stage Libra is always going to have suitors, always going to have people after them, because people are always attracted to other people who have a deep sense of self-love. That just automatically makes you attractive. All right. Now the interesting thing about love is that love trumps all. It even trumps hate. All right. So at this stage, Libra's less affected by negativity. Libra's less affected by hate. Libra's less affected by opposition, because at this stage Libra understands, of course, just as there's right and wrong, there's, you know, black and white. There's, you know, duality, you know, between everything. You know, where there's good, there has to be bad. You know, so Libra at this Aphrodite stage understands, and Libra also understands the benefit of approaching any situation with love, from a loving standpoint, understanding that every human being, every living being on earth, every situation on earth at the root of it deserves love, and if it's a negative situation, is lacking love. All right, so there is a balance to every facet of life at this Aphrodite stage. Okay, and they understand the duality of life, the balance of life, in a very deep and profound way at this stage. Libra at this stage understands the benefit of harmony in relationships especially. Okay, so Libra understands also the benefit of allowing each individual to be. I mean, think of it, at the scale stage, they were being manipulated, they were being controlled, and they didn't even realize it, meaning they weren't really allowed to be. So naturally they grew up into the Aphrodite stage and realized the benefit of just allowing others to be. And that is the 3 stages of Libra. If you would like to elaborate, please contact me on my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. I would love to read for you. I do birth chart readings, psychic tarot readings, messages from your spirit guides, and so much more. I do individual birth chart readings, compatibility birth chart readings, where I look at the overall compatibility between you and another person. Love compatibility birth chart readings, where I focus on the love aspects such as the moon, the Venus, the Mars, the 7th and the 5th house, the Mercury. I also do business birth chart readings for children, and so much more. I do phone and Skype psychic tarot readings, which are more expensive. I do video psychic tarot readings, which are $1 per minute. I record myself doing your reading, and then I email you the video via Google Drive. I show you the cards, the spreads, and everything. And I also do Instagram, Facebook psychic tarot readings, and email readings, and so much more. So check those out on my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. Please check out my ebook, Zodiac Signs, Sex Language, available now on Amazon and on my website. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share with your friends and family. Please hit the bell next to the subscribe button so that you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. And I would love it if you would follow me on my social media. Follow me on Instagram at Lamarr Townsend, and like me on my Facebook, facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend official, or just type in Lamarr Townsend Tarot in the search bar. God bless you all. God keep you, and love and light. Catch you in the next video. Have you been wanting to get a reading from me? Well, it's easy. Let's go through it together. So all you do is you visit my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com, and you can visit the site on your computer or on your phone. And you click the store button right here at the top of the page. And here are all my services that I offer. I do candle offerings and all different types of birth chart readings and psychic tarot readings, messages from your spirit guides, and so much more. So you click the one that you want. You click the Pay with PayPal button, and it'll take you to the PayPal page where you can pay for your reading. Now, you'll hear from me within 24 hours, for your reading confirmation, and then I'll get your reading back to you within a 48-hour period. Usually, it's, a day or less, okay? So I look forward to reading for you. Thank you for your support.